You don't need to be educated to share the gospel. Right here, Acts. John and Peter go up to the temple. This was right after Pentecost, where they were filled with the Holy Spirit. They were up there praying, they were filled with the Holy Spirit, and they started speaking in tongues, converted thousands, and they just brought people to them. You don't have to be educated. And this shows that as long as you're walking with the Lord and moving in the Spirit and listening to God, it doesn't matter. Little caveat, I'm not saying that education is bad. No, that is not the case. There are plenty of people that are pastors, preachers, and just evangelical people that are well educated. They've gone to college, they've done that. That is a great thing. I'm not bashing that at all. I'm just saying you don't need that to share the gospel. You just have to share what's in your heart and walk with the Holy Spirit. So Acts, after John and Peter went up to the temple to start preaching after Pentecost, they were captured, brought into trial, and right here, Peter was filled with the Holy Spirit. And then Acts 4, it talks about that. And then in verse 13, now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were uneducated and untrained men, they marveled and they realized that they had been with Jesus. You don't need an education. Peter was a fisherman. He knew that. He was well versed in fishing. That's it, fishing. But he spent time with Jesus, and he had the boldness and the Holy Spirit with him, which means that Jesus was with him. If you have the Holy Spirit, you have boldness, and you walk with the Holy Spirit and go forth and share. You don't need to have an education for that. It does help by reading the Word. Seek the Word daily. Get into the Word. Seek a relationship with God daily to help build that boldness. They spent years with Jesus. That would build a boldness. Tell me down in the comments what you think. Tell me if you have any ideas, any suggestions of what you want me to teach on next time. Tell me down in the comments. Want to hear from you guys. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.